Hi, this is Do You Want to Build a Sellout, and this is going to be me saying, hey, head off to my Patreon if you want to pledge $1 a month to take part in a weekly Q&A I'll be doing. $2 can give you a free reaction request that I'll be doing every Sunday, and the rest are just commission-based stuff to allow me to hone my skills of being an animator. I'm trying to be more confident when doing these, so there we go. Patreon, in the link in the description below. Support me if you want. Don't do it. Don't. That's fine, and have fun with the reaction. If you want my initial impressions, this is one of the best episodes of MLP to date, and it's just amazing. So, yay, there's that. Have fun. What's up, guys? This is UMB Universe. Hope you're having a fantastic whatever day it is when this episode actually gets posted out, because for Christ's sakes, the whole peeling process is so inconsistent, Sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes 3 days, sometimes it takes frickin' forever. So, anyway, this is a new episode of MLP, and I just got started doing the JoJo Part 5 anime reactions, and that's going to be a BitChute exclusive type of thing, for obvious reasons, since it's an anime. But happily enough, I'm able to do this for regular YouTube. So we're just going to go straight into it, and then we'll talk about whatever it is I need to talk about in the episode itself. 3, 2, 1, now. Started out with some spike flying action. Neat. Alright. Again, I think this...
Spike. Now let's try a flip. Remember, 2 flaps, then straight up.
It's very funny, because it was Twilight having to get lessons when she first got wings. Now it's her job to be the teacher. It's great. Trust me, Spike, it's not understandable. It's very hard to do a flip. It's very hard to watch where you're going. It's very hard to avoid... Okay, I get it. He's apparently not too good.
Great, Spike. Now let's see the big finish.
In other episodes, he seemed fine, but Deja vu.
I don't know about big, but I am definitely finished.
Maybe I should get Rainbow Dash. She's the one who taught me advanced flying techniques.
Well, I mean,
No thanks. I'm gonna mess
those
up.
are just casual ways that we last saw him. Like, he doing tricks.
I just don't understand why none of your advice is helping.
Because she's teaching you to fly like a pony instead of a dragon.
She had the point.
We don't have feathers for starters.
Yeah. That's actually really good. You know, Smolder, I don't know why you didn't jump in sooner. There we go. Good job.
Wow! Thank you so much!
I like how Smolder was just sitting there, just
Needed to
watching.
wings.
Honestly, this is Dragon 101. Usually dragon parents teach this stuff.
That's a niche. That's a very
Spike,
interesting
I've
topic.
been thinking about our flying lesson.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I believe I overlooked something as simple as feathers. It's no wonder you were having trouble. I wish I had more dragonish knowledge to give you. Do you think being raised by ponies has affected you in other ways?
Maybe?
Spike?
Well, he is a lot more passive.
Sorry, I'm just finishing up this thank you throw pillow for Smolder.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
how I get when I'm in the embroidery zone.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I like a little bit of a fake out there, because isn't this like the real like big first time that parents revolve around any kind when it comes to Spike has been brought up? So good on them for hopefully this is what this episode is about, bringing up the fact that Spike's parents are probably still out there. I'm pretty sure they're not dead. So nice little fake out. And yes, definitely being raised by ponies changed up a dragon. It's like the thing I do in my story, where demons from other circles go into the most peaceful circle of hell, and they become a very passive race.
It's a pillow, but not for your head. Although it could be. It's a throw pillow. They're more casual. You can use them anywhere.
This is
I
so...
don't like it.
It's not that. It's just
fathers
dragons
knows
don't
best,
really
huh?
use pillows at all.
We just kind of... We sleep on the floor.
I don't know. It's heading right for it!
That's a straight up meteor. Father knows best. Who's father?
Okay, now I really owe you for the lesson.
Hello. You okay?
Hey there, young dragons. Name's Sledge. How are your tails shaking?
Hi.
You alright?
Yeah, what happened?
To what?
Well, you know, you.
I don't need to explain myself to a couple of baby dragons.
Alright, man. I really hope you're not who I think you are, but hey.
Maybe not, but you're hurt and need help. So I'm taking you to Twilight's castle whether you like it or not.
Castle, eh?
Yeah, completely made of crystal. That thing you guys eat.
I'm glad Spike brought you here, Sludge. I understand you made quite an impression in town.
Yes, I came down in a burning inferno.
Well, I hope you're not expecting me to fix it.
It doesn't look like you're in much shape to do anything.
I'll manage. Dragons take care of themselves. I don't need help from a bunch of castle-living ponies.
Right, okay.
Darling, do be careful.
I'm fine.
Like, what happened? Did you get thrown by Ares or something?
First stubborn dragon we've met, you know.
And sometimes even dragons need help.
Everyone needs help at some
I
point.
promise. My friends and I will only do enough to get you back on your claws.
Welcome, and prepare yourself for pony hospitality, the likes of which no dragon, besides maybe like 2, has ever seen. Look, if the whole summary of this is just gonna be this is a dead parent, aka Spike's dad, I'm just gonna wait for that. Well, you're the main one you pretty much had a problem with, unless this is supposed to be like a continuous strand of No, he seems to be doing pretty okay. Okay, to a degree. to a degree. At least he tried. I like how right now Pinkie Pie's just straight up messing with the dude, which I admire. And look at that, she's even getting him to fly on his own. Thank you, Pinkie, for once again being best pony.
I know you had your reservations, but it's good to see you feeling better.
Thanks, I guess.
That's what
There
friends
you
are
go.
for, darling.
You're pretty lucky to have friends like these, kid.
Actually, I was orphaned as an egg, and Twilight raised me. So
Yeah.
my ponies are more than my friends. They're my family.
We try our best, but sometimes I worry maybe Spike is...
Missing something deep down and dragonish.
Yeah.
Really? Wow, I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that.
Why in Equestria would you be glad to hear that?
Yeah, please
I
explain.
wasn't gonna say anything since your life seems so perfect, but I have a confession to make.
I'm your father.
Coming to
This
Pony
is the
Circus
best friend.
wasn't an accident. I was looking for you. Spike? I'm your father.
Oh. Oh, I thought we were supposed to be more surprised than that. Okay.
So...
The setup was obvious, but
Well,
he.
the crash part wasn't on purpose, but heading here was.
How did you crash?
Been searching everywhere for you, kid.
Did you ask in the Crystal Empire? I'm kinda well known there.
Yeah, a little too well known actually.
It's well known everywhere. Not a lot of dragons were hatched by the Princess of Friendship.
I mean,
You make it sound so simple. I wish you'd been there to help me search.
I can't believe it. I have so many questions.
Well,
That's
ask
Princess's
away.
chair.
Answering questions is what dads are for.
yeah, too bad it took you, I don't know how many years, but so many years.
Why was I an orphaned egg?
Kid, you sure you don't want to ask something else?
God dang it, Dad!
I have painful memories.
Okay, now I don't like that melodramatic tone you're giving it.
Your mother was the best dragon I'd ever met.
Oh,
Dragon
wow.
Lord even picked her to scout for the Great Migration, and even though she just laid your egg, we knew she'd have to.
I could see you took more of your mom's color scheme.
time, and you deserved a chance to know your mother. So I went looking for her, carried your egg to places no dragon or pony has ever been.
And you lost her.
Found Eris, the abandoned home of the hippogriffs.
Ooh, did you visit Klugetown?
You've been to Klugetown?
Also, the hippogriffs returned to Mount Eris after we helped them defeat the Storm King.
I like how you keep bringing this up, like yes, we get it. The movie happened.
Because that's where your mother's trail finally led.
Really?
To a prison world of dragon hunters.
Oh!
I was forced to choose between surrendering myself or surrendering your egg.
And
There was no way I was gonna sacrifice my boy.
I-
So they took me instead. And that's
have a
what
hard
I've
time-
been since. Locked up somewhere not even the Princess of Friendship has heard of.
well, I have a hard time believing this, but you know.
Whatever happened to Spike's mom?
And how did the egg make it all the way back to Equestria by itself?
Phoenix Wright could point out all these inconsistencies within a fraction of a second, but hey. Alright.
That's all in the past. The only thing that matters now is that we're together.
I'm getting a lot of Finn's dad coming from this guy. A lot of Finn's dad coming from this guy. If you've seen Adventure Time, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
My boy, with you by my side, I feel like we can do anything. What do you want to do first?
Well, I've kind of been working on a list for a long time.
Oh,
Dude,
Jesus,
you want to
you-
do all of this?
well,
I mean, we don't have to.
If you think doing everything on this incredibly long list is gonna fill the hole where your dragonishness should be,
dragonishness.
that is exactly what we're gonna do.
I have a hard time really accepting certain things. This guy. Hey, you can't lose at the game if there's no ball to lose with. Nah, I'm happy that the main six are helping with this as well. It's great. Family helps family. At least I hope within the bottom of my heart that he's actually who. Okay, I don't know what's worse. He's not who he says he is, and he's benefiting from stuff, or he is who he says he is, and he doesn't know how to be a good dad.
Is there anything you always wanted to do with me?
Not really.
Wow. Good job, man.
I mean, I'm happy to do whatever you want, but if I had a castle like this, with all this stuff,
Yeah,
I'd probably just lay around all day doing nothing like a real dragon.
Like a real dragon?
Sure. I'm not surprised you don't know any better. Twilight basically raised you as a pony.
well,
Barely a dragon at all.
he's okay. What defines dragon?
Hey, Spike, how are things going with Sludge?
We have a spectrum between
Having him
Spike
around
and
makes me
Fafnir.
feel more dragonish, but I kind of feel less.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
Oh, shucks. I guess I shouldn't have said anything about you being more pony than dragon. I just wish we had more in common.
Maybe you two can come up with ways to turn up Spike's, dragonishness.
Do you have to really come up with a better thing? Bring up the dragon meter and his dragonometer? I don't know.
Spike, I'm gonna teach
Oh,
you
really? He gets a song?
being a dragon.
He gets a song?
Listen,
Alright.
my boy, because I'm only gonna say this once.
Alright.
Look,
Sure.
at this castle where you live.
It's pretty sweet, right?
You can't be a dragon here.
I can't.
Look at these books up on the wall.
Hey, I just finished organizing those.
Yeah.
Treasure pile's not right, I fear. Trust me, I got you covered here. You see all this
Rally warping.
phony stuff you're surrounded with? This has got to be the first thing to go. Nothing about this place says Dragon Den. There's too much fluff. All these fancy robes tossed in a pile. Take those goblets, dishes. Is that gold still not enough? Deponifying might just take a while. Sure, this place is grandiose, but to a dragon, it's just gross. Time we make the lot all disappear.
Oh, okay, that's just vandalizing property.
Need a dose to all these ponies, you're too close. You just can't be a dragon here. Good job, my boy, but this is still just the beginning. Each and every dragon has a swagger all his own.
Yeah.
Watch, and I'll show you what I mean. You can't move like this with so much stuff to weigh you down. A dragon always keeps it lean. Lose this. Oh, this is nice.
All right.
Softer scales are coiffed. These pillows, beds, and sheets are washed. A delight, but it's just not right what's underneath. Every dragon must be free. Look at you, then look at me. Since when do dragons brush their teeth? Ah, please.
All right.
This place is grandiose, but to a dragon, it's just gross. Time we make the lot all disappear.
Okay, don't even. You can do a lot of things, but
Then you'll be free. You just can't be a dragon here.
I don't know. Something reminded me of the Family Guy running joke of Cleveland constantly falling down of his house inside of his bathtub.
You got it. I'm gonna go get you all the cushy pony stuff I've got. Dad.
Great. Go get him, son. Cause this dragon just can't wait to live here.
Yeah, there you go. There's the true motives, and it was obvious, but like I was really hoping it was gonna be more complicated than the matter of this. He just wants to take over the area.
Sludge had any luck turning up your dragonishness. It's hard not to feel like somehow I let you down all these years.
No, you're a better parent than anyone.
So sorry. I didn't mean to barge in on you.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about it. Me castle is su castle.
But it's not your castle.
Right. Well, I'll just get out of your way.
Yeah, that's had to be one of the most awkward moments I've seen in a while on this show.
Oh, Spike. I'm so sorry. My morning is not going well. What is all this? Why'd you leave the castle so early?
I didn't leave. I spent the night outdoors to get in touch with my dragon side.
Outdoors?
Yeah, and Sludge asked me to bring him the best breakfast Ponyville has to offer so he can show me how a real dragon would eat it. See you later.
You can tell that she's starting to connect the dots. Don't just set up something like that and don't finish it.
Back to the throne room.
Use the map for what?
Dragons like to sprawl when they get their claws done. Now, if you'll all excuse me, it's time for my bath.
Yeah, here we go.
Isn't he the best?
I'm not sure that's exactly the word I would
Spike, the bath isn't gonna fill itself, son.
Really? That's like you're really like a child. Oh.
I'm glad you're not spending the night outside again.
Oh, I am. I'm just looking for a good bedtime story to read to my dad first.
It's nice that you have some pony to show you dragon culture.
And it's also your quote-unquote dad.
What do you mean?
I really hope he's
Taking
not.
over your room, making a mess of things.
Because that story seemed like the
Here's
most
dragon culture.
try-hard, feel-bad-for-me story I've ever heard in a while.
Raised me. Now I finally have a chance to see how I'm supposed to be.
Like, what
I
did...
don't think you're supposed to be any different than who you are.
Yeah,
Maybe you
it's
just don't like that
like...
I have a real parent.
Don't be like this, Spike! Don't... Oh, God!
That's not true. I'm glad Sludge is here.
Oh!
She wasn't such a...
Dragon? Of all ponies.
Oh!
You would have a problem with that.
Oh, Spike, no! Wow!
What happened to you?
Ah!
Walking outside like we're meant to? It's not like dragons are supposed to live in castles.
What?
I guess not.
You're...
Going to school. Nothing says we have to live outside.
Yeah, it's natural when it comes to your culture and what you're used to, but it's not like you can't be in a home.
Twilight just doesn't get it.
What do you mean?
She can't handle how good at being a dragon Sludge is. Maybe someday I'll be able to lay around doing nothing as well as he does.
What?
Well, not now, of course. I'm too busy bringing him pony stuff so he can show me what a dragon would do with it.
So, Sludge just lays around while you wait on him clawing tail?
Pretty much.
Dragons are rude and rebellious, but they aren't lazy lumps who take advantage of their kids.
Wow, that's something. Sharks eat their own young in the womb, so that's pretty interesting.
Why don't you tell me everything Sludge said about being a dragon?
Hey, what's going on, son?
And pandas outright kill their children. They don't know they gave birth to them.
I told her we're moving out.
You what?
Spike! I found the perfect cave where you two can live. There aren't even any comfortable rocks inside.
Yeah.
Does sound perfect.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not sure I fully demonstrated all the ways a dragon would live here.
Plus, his voice is bothering me, by the way. I don't want to bring that up until now.
Doesn't matter.
It matters to me. I want to make sure you have all the knowledge you need.
But I do. Dad, you've already shared so much. This bed is much too soft.
Oh.
Just take that silver
Yay!
box.
Spike song.
We can't be dragons living here.
Or, you know. Oh, okay.
Stop! I'm not your father.
Oh, thank God.
I just said that to get in on this.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So,
Never been more relieved in my entire life about any character.
my dad?
That's terrible, man.
Don't
You're going to
like
Tartarus.
that, kid.
Straight up.
I did what any dragon would do.
Tartarus.
No, you didn't.
Hey, I saw an opportunity and I took it. That's what dragons do.
No, it isn't.
You know what? I don't need this.
I just like Smolden's just like, no. But it's not, though.
I'm taking this pillow.
Have it.
I
Jesus.
can't believe I thought some pony like that could show me how to be anything.
It must be hard growing up not really knowing who you are.
Or, you know, never knowing your father or
Exactly
mom
who
or
I am.
anything like
How
that.
I got that way.
Make amends.
Twilight,
Please.
Hi.
Ah.
Where's your father?
Ah.
he's gone. Turns out he wasn't what a real dragon should be after all. He also wasn't my real dad.
Oh, Spike.
I'm the one who's sorry. You were just worried about me and I lost my temper. Sludge was just a great big phony.
I have to say, I'm not surprised. There's no way a dragon like that was related to you.
Ah.
If you still want to search for your real family, I'd understand if you spent more time in the Dragonlands.
I don't think so. I already know who my real family is.
Yeah, who cares about your mom or dad?
It's me, right?
Yeah, yes.
There's no way I'm living without pillows.
Okay, let me just say this outright. This is one of the best episodes well, I can't say it's the best episode, because the main reasons why I really liked this episode that it made me feel, and I cried, so there's that. So, it goes to show, yet again, the UMB Universe is a giant wuss who can't handle feelings and emotions very well. So, alright. I'm happy they finally brought this up. I like this episode, but I hate its placement. Like, this season is more like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 than anything I pretty much can, like, clarify. And those who've, you know, read or watched JoJo Part 4, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you don't, allow me to explain. In JoJo Part 4, it's got a lot of, a garnering of attention that it's a lot of fillerish moments, and the main, quote-unquote, bad guy is always either red herrings until you get to the last like few chapters and stuff like that, but you get like a subtle hint is the final who the big bad guy is. And since we've pretty much already confirmed right now that Cozy Glow is going to be our main bad guy, take it this way. We start out everything hunky dory, knowing that somewhere in the background we're gonna get another villain. Okay, now we just need to wait for that villain to either be the final villain, like, you know, our King Sombras, our Queen Chrysalises, you know, the villain that shows up because it's the season finale. We need to have something like that sort of thing. But in this case, it's more along the lines of Yoshikage Akira, and he shows up. Cozy Glow shows up. You get an introduction to that character, see what they do, get a little bit of their intention, and then you see them build up finally when they're gonna get their entire arc dedicated to them of being taken down. So right now we're right at the edge of the last two episodes of MLP. of season 8, of course. And that's when Yoshikage Kigure Cozy Glow is going to show up with her stand, Deadly Queen, and starts blowing up people all around, starts messing with time and stopping it, whatever, who knows. So, it's a lot of moments. The only problem, and I did my own personal thing when watching Part 4, because I already read Part 4, I wanted to watch it in a very particular way. So I watched Part 4 with a lot of the fillerish moments clumped into its own particular segment, and then the Yoshikage Hero parts are all sequentially, like, gone off. Like, I get all of Yoshikage Kira in his own thing, from the first introduction to when he does his thing with Koichi with Sheer Heart Attack, and then we get Bites of Dust. And that entire arc is, like, centered around that, because it flowed better, and you didn't get, like, a bunch of nothing. A bunch of filler fights, that you can say, that doesn't really amount to anything other than it's a fight, and you see your characters fight these characters. But in MLP's case, it's like, I would have liked to see this episode near the beginning of this season, or probably the start of it, or in the middle. And then when you brought in Cozy Glow, you saw her set up, have people kind of forget about it a bit, maybe 1 or 2 episodes, then show that other episode with the Tree of Harmony, and then immediately go into the season finale, because that's pretty much what it's setting up, right? Because 2 episodes are good. The 2 episodes in between that last episode were good, but they could have been placed anywhere in this season, and nothing would have changed. And I think you can agree with me on that. So, getting with the actual episode itself, I'm happy they tackled this topic of Spike's parents, at least to some degree. I like this show and how it's willing to break the status quo and break norms and stuff like that. But I wouldn't expect them to bring Spike's parents, his real parents, into play. I think Spike, along with Scootaloo and other characters that I can name off, are gonna stay the way that they are, and we're not gonna actually get any revelation from particular things we want about those characters. I've been saying since, like, I think season 3 or so, that I was so wondering about how Spike was born, when is he gonna do this, what's his real parents like, and stuff like that. Stuff like that was in my head. Same thing with Scootaloo and her flying. So having Spike get his parents would break another status quo that we've had for 7 seasons now. But I don't think how will they implement them properly without having it seem as though, because having a topic of orphanage, because Spike is an adopted kid, Twilight being the mom, and basically the other main 6 being other moms, you could say, with the potential dad figures, I say potential, they're more friends than dad figures, but it being Big Mac and the Discord, which more of a friend figure, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Spike never really had a real father figure in his time, and as a dragon, dragons are known to be rough, tough, usually fend for themselves and stuff like that. Smolder's pretty much a shining example of this, really showcasing a lot of the dragon tendencies. However, I don't know. There's many ways I can interpret this episode, because there's many ways I can interpret this episode. I'm not afraid to say that my biological father left like when I was extremely young, like 3, 2 or something. I barely remember the guy when I was a child, that sort of thing. And it was just me and my mom for a while, and I was raised by her, and I was raised by my sisters. And look how I turned out. I am a huge pacifist. I do not like to fight people. I do not fight people at all. The only way I'll ever hit someone is if I go off the deep end and I actually lose control of myself. I don't think I did that once in my entire life, and that's like a very, very specific scenario. It is very hard to make me mad at somebody enough to harm them. Like, that is something I never think of, and that's pretty much because I've been raised with my mom, who's a very passive individual, along with my sisters, who are also very passive individuals. Granted, sometimes they know how to fight. They get into their share of fights every now and then, but they've taught me that fighting is not the way to go. So, take that with Spike. He's been living with ponies, and ponies have been known to be the more passive-aggressive types, and not so much of the rough, gruff, mean look. But when you go into the Dragon Kingdom, Dragon area, you see them just jumping into lava for fun, batting around each other, getting into fights just cuz, and stuff like that. And so it really hits home with me with Spike's dilemma, and this is why it's another one of my favorite characters in this series. So that's really good. And I also have cousins who did have their father in their time, and they were the ones protecting me from actual bullies when I was in like elementary. Not elementary. Is it elementary? Is it elementary or preschool? I always get too confused since it's been so long since I've been to them, and I don't really care about the school hierarchy system. But it's the school before getting into the it's in the school. Let's say second grade. Screw that. Second grade. I was in second grade, and my cousins who do know how to fight and were and who actually learned how to fight, they said this to themselves. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't know what it meant to really fend for myself. Because there have been many moments where I get bullied and I have my stuff taken away from me, and then I cry to my parents saying, "Oh my God, this person stole my stuff, and this person did this and that, and these person beats me up." It was my stepdad. He was my stepdad that came around when I was, I guess I was in my 10s or 11s. I don't really remember when he showed up, but he showed up in the proper moment. Because when I was still getting bullied, when I was 15 years old, and I was still getting bullied, and I wasn't punching anyone, I wasn't trying to do anything like that. Still got my stuff stolen. And once I ran to him and told him about that, he didn't feel he felt sympathy, but he made sure to tell me that you have to learn to fight for yourself. I cannot be the one to always handle all your problems, stuff like that. So it really having Spike jump toward this father figure who claimed to be his dad and thinking that this is the way to be. This is the way to be. I need to be less comfortable. I need to take away all these pillows. It really resonated with me on that because it's like if his dad really showed up, he definitely would be a more impressionable kid that he is now in that sort of deal. So I'm just really happy it wasn't his real dad. I forget I just know the last name Mertens. I know the last name Mertens, but Finn's dad is the worst father figure I've seen in fiction history, which I'm kind of disappointed in because there's not many like shows that do good father figures. You have Steven Universe who has Greg, and Greg is an amazing dad, and I love the fact that Greg is awesome. But there have been other shows that just always depict father figures as either dead or bad fathers. So if you read my story, you see that I have this very affiliation to make good parents, and I just like good parents in stories, and I lead by example. So there's that. There's a lot of things to talk about this episode, and because it resonated with me in such an unbelievable level. I haven't even gotten to my favorite part, and my quote unquote favorite / unfavorite part in this entire episode, and that being Spike basically shooting down Twilight and forgetting her to go with this new guy that just showed up. Grant, look, guys, I get that Spike liked his dad at that moment, believing it's his dad, learning from this dad. But if you have a mom who you saw as a mom for far longer than you've known your dad, I think you want to treat your mom a little bit more. Don't shoot her down like all the things that you learned from your mom meant nothing now that the dad's here. Now that my biological dad's here. Screw everything I learned from this one. Like I as soon as he said that, like all the time, like it's amazing how all the times that Twilight and Spike have been together and they've had this mother-son relationship throughout the entire series just flew through my mind in like a fraction of a second. And then all that emotion that I felt throughout all that and what he did, and that seeing her heart physically looked like it got physically broken for doing that. That's a good. That was a nice little effect they did there. Really got to me, and it's been a while since I had that wave of emotion thanks to this show, and that's incredible, friggin' incredible. I am impressed with this show still be able to do that after 8 seasons. Incredible. Now, the thing is, his story about saying, "Oh, your mom was listening to this and told us to go out, and I was trapped inside the thing." So, it pretty much was like a too good to be true type of thing. It's like really all this. You might as well have said you went to Tartarus and then you met Tyrek, and Tyrek tortured you for 17 years, and actually you helped him break out that first time. Like you should have said stuff like that to be even less believable. So yeah, I'm really happy he wasn't his real dad and just a guy trying to take advantage of Spike, both his kindness and the other pony's kindness in general. Just so he can get what he wants, because a lot of dragons that we've seen, and other stories, like for instance the one that Smolder talked about, hey, a dragon was nice to another dragon, and then that dragon immediately took over that dragon and became the new lord and stuff like that. And that's how dragons are. They take advantage of your kindness. If you show kindness, too much kindness, they will take advantage of that. And this is another shining example of it. And you have Smolder, again, being a voice of reason for both the dragon side that Spike is trying to be, and just in general being a fantastic friend. A fantastic friend to Spike. I'm actually really impressed how many good interactions that Spike and Smolder have had, because I was kind of afraid that they weren't. It's like, Smolder's a dragon, Spike's a dragon. I'm pretty sure they can have a good dynamic of friendship like that. And I'm happy to be proven that they can do it. And it's great. So, I like how they showed that shining example. Another thing would be just showing more of the main six, just helping out Spike and helping out Spike with who they believe to be his dad. And really just trying to have him be happy. Because they all care about Spike. Which is why it's kind of like Steven Universe. Steven has Square Mom, Pale Mom, Big Sis Mom, that sort of thing. And Spike has 6 other moms, 7 if you want to count Starlight. So, yeah, all that. Man, this is the fantastic episode. Fantastic. I just really wish this came, like, you know, prior to all the Cozy Glow nonsense. Because next episodes, we're going to have Ish hitting the fan, right? Am I right? It just seems like this is kind of disjointed from what Cozy Glow is going to do. Unless it revolves around stuff that we got from these 2 episodes, which I highly doubt. So, there's that. That's the only thing. That's the really only problem I have with this entire episode. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Tell me what you think. And do you believe whether or not, is this an Applejack's parent scenario where Applejack's parents are pretty much, dead at this point? They just can't, say, hey, they're dead on a children's show. How do you like the lesson in this? And do you believe that Spike's parents are out there? And before this entire the entire generation is through, you think we're gonna get clarification or information about that? Or do you believe this is their way of saying that Spike doesn't want to know, he doesn't need to know, and so we as an audience don't need to know or have to know either? I'm perfectly fine either way. Because throughout the other generations of My Little Pony that I had the pleasure and torment to watch when I was growing up, not much of the things that came around Spike's parents is that he's just always been with the ponies, and that's pretty much been it. There's been other moments where he's just been this wise elder dragon type of figure, but like Spike in of itself with his parents, it's kind of like Spider-Man. You don't need to know about Peter Parker's mom and dad to like Peter Parker and like Spider-Man. You don't need to. Uncle Ben is one thing, and Aunt May, but Mom and Dad completely it did not affect his life in the way that you like Uncle Ben and Aunt May do. So for Spike's case, you don't need to care about his parents to know that Twilight, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, everyone, Applejack, everyone that he's interacted with are more important. So great lesson, great episode. I'm just floored. Happy with the episode. This is probably, if I had to put a scale on it, this is either second best to just the best episode of the season for me, because it's very relatable. I like the lesson to it, and I'm just really happy that a-hole was not the real dad. And what do you think about Smolder and Spike, for those of you who like shipping things, apparently? Because I'm going to bring this up because someone's going to bring it up anyway in one of my live streams, so I'm going to bring this up now. What do you think about the shipping aspect to Spike and Smolder? I know a lot of people are still hell-bent to have Rarity and Spike be together, but I find Smolder to be adorable. So, and also more his age. So, there's that. So, this is Do You Want Me Universe. I'll see you next time. Check out my Patreon if you want to help me out in any regard. Pledging $1 a month can get you into a weekly Q&A video that I'm planning on doing once I get the necessary amount of people who want to ask me questions. $10 can get you an anime thing, but give me information. Don't just give me $10 for no reason. Give me a project to do. And same thing with the commission. I am trying to get better with coloring, and I believe I am in an adequate area to believe that I can do a good commission for you guys. And $2 can do a reaction request. I'll be doing I'll go into that reaction request $2 tier to make sure that I do those episodes on a Sunday. So I'll be sure to edit in the beginning about this too. So, hey, this is Do You Want to Be Universe? I see you next time. Bye.